monies.
You got the monies. Oh, cool. Hi guys, welcome back to Twofold Middle School. Today I thought I would do a little budgeting journey update and just let you know how things went during the month of December. December felt like such a long month. We actually got paid a little bit early with our December paycheck, so it actually came like November 23rd or something like that. So I've had to go about 5 weeks on my December paycheck. And of course this month was Christmas and there were just like extra things to pay for and like a little bit of traveling and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle to keep my budget in balance, but I made a couple of changes this month, so I wanted to talk about those. I won't go through every little detail of our budget because I have other videos that do that and not very much has changed, but I will tell you about the things that did change. And I thought I would just go through like the things I actually spent money on because I actually paid attention to that this month, and it gets a little crazy. Okay, so one thing that is the same is that I've just been using this little binder planner journal thing from Erin Condren to keep track of all of my finances. I started this one in August, so it's kind of nice to be able to go back and look at each month and just see everything side by side. So I did have some goals for the month of December, and for the most part I met them. So at the beginning of December I had 3 credit cards. So what I did, because 2 of them had quite high interest rates, is I went to my credit union and I took out a loan at a much lower interest rate and I paid off 2 of my major credit cards. I still have one actually that's like also through my credit union, but I should be able to pay that down. So that's one of my goals for the year, and really just over the next couple of months I think that I can pay that off. So now I just have a loan payment that I'll be making every month, and it actually comes out automatically and I won't pay credit card bills except for one, and I'm hoping to not have that one for very much longer. So that was a success, and the hard part now is just to not put anything back on those credit cards. So I've taken them out of my wallet, I'm not using them, and we had to make a few like difficult decisions in order to not put anything back on those credit cards. So since this month was Christmas, I normally would have put maybe some Christmas presents on one of those cards, and I didn't do that. So I didn't buy very many presents for people, but I think people care less about that than you think. And then it would have been nice to travel to see my family. They were actually supposed to come down here for Thanksgiving, but the weather was really bad and they weren't able to travel, and so we thought about going up there. So my family lives in Northern California and we live in Southern California, so I did have to tell my parents and my sisters in order for us to travel this year, like I would have to put some things on a credit card, and I just don't want to do that, so we won't be able to visit. And they totally understood. My parents have been through the whole like Dave Ramsey thing. I know my sister and her husband are working on their finances and stuff, so they totally understood. And then it ended up being bad weather again anyway, so we probably wouldn't have been able to travel. I tried to come film in here so that it would be quieter away from him, but he followed me. So anyway, let me just take a look at this real quick. So a few things have changed as far as like my main bills and kind of like what my main debt looks like, but I feel like I'm making progress, so that's good. Another expense that I actually added this month that will be a monthly expense is an Orange Theory fitness membership. I've had a 24-hour fitness gym membership for a long time, and it just feels like a full waste of money because I so rarely go and I'm just not motivated. But I have a few friends that do Orange Theory, so I thought I would try it out. I can always just like cancel it if I ever decide that it's too much, but I go 2 days a week, and I really don't miss any classes, you know, because you have to like pre-schedule them and they have times that fit with my schedule, and it's just a really good workout and I just like the setup and everything. This is not a sponsored thing for Orange Theory, but that's my justification for adding this expense. It's something that I actually use and it really is improving my health, so I feel like that's a worthwhile investment. Another thing that I did this month was just look a lot more closely at kind of my discretionary spending. So like after I pay all of my bills, how much money do I really have left? And if I kind of divide that up into different categories, how much can I actually spend on things like groceries, clothes, beauty, stuff like that. So I do have like the Mint app, for example, and I just recently got that to like click with my credit union, and so it's actually giving me more accurate numbers. So yeah, that one is fine. I have You Need a Budget, but I've just never been able to like get into it. I need to spend a little bit more time, I think, messing around with it, but it's not like super intuitive. But what I did was just set up little Google Keep lists for all of the categories of spending that are kind of personal to me. So I made them like color coded, of course, and I just thought they looked cute and it was more fun for me to do it this way. And this isn't automatic, so it's not like when I spend money in this category, it automatically tabulates it here. I have to intentionally put it in here and like add up how much I'm spending, but that actually made me more aware of how much I was spending, so it was kind of nice that it wasn't automatic. But to be honest, I was really good about it at the beginning of December, and then I wasn't so good about it toward the end. But the good thing was that I did have a limit for like every category, and really I would just like add things up until I hit that limit. And then once I knew like, oh, well, I don't have any more money in this category anyway, then I just wasn't really spending in that category. So these were the categories that I had, for example. So groceries, because that can like fluctuate quite a bit. Like if I'm very intentional about saving money on groceries and like meal planning, I can get that pretty low. But if I just don't have any plan whatsoever and I just go to Trader Joe's and Ralph's just kind of whenever and just buy whatever I feel like getting at the store, my grocery bill can be really high for the month. So that's definitely an area where there is some wiggle room. So I wanted to track that a little bit better. And then I had a category for clothes, a category for fun food, which is just like, you know, going out to get, what did I spend it on? Like El Pollo Loco, food at the movies. We tend to get pizza after lunch on Sundays. I went to coffee with a friend, like those types of things. I put those all in my list. And then I allocated $50 just for Postmates, because occasionally at work, I just really want to order some good food for lunch. And then I actually didn't really end up using Postmates at work this month. I used it when I had a babysitter for Jensen and I wanted to order food for them to eat. So that's what I like put my Postmates budget towards. And then I had an Amazon budget because I realized I was spending way too much money on Amazon, just like a few dollars by a few dollars, and all of a sudden it would add up to way too much in a month on things that weren't really essential. So I put a limit on myself there. And then Starbucks, but I didn't actually end up spending hardly anything at Starbucks this month because I got a lot of gift cards from my students. So for the next couple of months anyway, I probably won't spend any of my own money there. So that's something that I can put towards savings instead. And then beauty, which is like my getting my nails done or like eyebrows or buying makeup or hair stuff or whatever. And then gas for my car, which like you can't really avoid, but is something that I just wanted to keep track of and see how much I spent. But it did give me a pretty good sense of like my tendencies and then how much I had spent once I got to my limit, or like how many purchases really would like get me to my limit. So like clothing, for example, I allocated $150 for the month for clothing, which I thought was like quite a bit. I'm like, okay, yeah, like that's a generous amount for myself. I can do okay with that. So I spent $12 on a cardigan from Amazon. I needed a yellow cardigan for December. I've worn it a ton. I think I actually had some of a gift card balance, and then what was left to pay for was $12. Then I did a lot of singing this month, actually. I was very busy with like lots of choir stuff. I sang with 3 different choirs all in 1 month and had, I don't know, like 7 or 8 days of performances this month. And so that actually ended up costing me a lot of money because I had to pay for babysitters and like food, eating out. And then the other thing was just black clothes, because you usually wear black when you sing in anything. And I didn't have very many black long sleeve shirts, I realized, or any actually. I had like a cardigan sweater, but I did spend $50 on like a nice black top from Madewell, since I did have so many performances where I would need to wear a black sweater. So I did get use out of that, and it's something that I can wear for years and years, and we have more performances coming up in January. So it was a good purchase, but like something that ate into my budget pretty quickly. And then I also bought these over-the-knee black boots for December, because I knew I was going to be wearing a lot of dresses, as I do every single December. I wear a dress every single day in December for this fundraiser called Dressember, where we raise money to fight human trafficking. So anyway, for the past couple of years, I've wished that I had like some black over-the-knee boots, and I found some at JCPenney. They were $70, so that's not like very cheap, but oh my goodness, they were such a good purchase. I wore them, I don't know, 10 or 15 times probably already this month, and they fit great. They're super comfortable. I can just like wear them for the rest of my life practically. I wore them for choir performances. I wore them to work. I wore them to church. I wore them like everywhere. So they were a bit of like an investment piece, but they were great. I spent another $22 on another black sweater because I had so many performances like back to back where I needed black. So I got another one, and it was just another really nice, good one that I have already gotten a bunch of use out of. So I went through my clothing budget faster than I thought I was going to, but I did buy things that I really needed. I also got some black flats from Rothy's, but those cost me $0 because I had credits from like, you know, sharing credits with other people. So I basically just bought a ton of black this month. Those black flats were pretty great. I also got this new like button down fair trade shirt that was so nice, but I also got that one for free just because I had been posting about this company on Instagram quite a bit, and then they reached out to me and said they'd like to send me something. So it's really great that a lot of times, you know, just because I like share about different fair trade companies or like sustainable companies, ethical companies, usually I just buy things with my own money, but sometimes they end up sending me things, so then that's cool. I don't have to take that out of my clothing budget. I also got a couple of things from Organic Basics. I'll show you that in another video this month actually. So I was like doing pretty good, and then I was at my budget limit, and then Black Friday, man. 2 items kept getting advertised to me over and over and over again, and they sent me over my budget, and they are 2 things that are not like fair trade clothing. So I really shouldn't have bought either of these things, but I also love them both so much. This is where it just like gets tough, but I bought this sweater dress that has like little stars on it. It was from Lou and Grey, I think that's the name of the store. Oh, it just like followed me on every single platform. Like it was there on Facebook, it was there on Instagram, and I just like eventually it wore me down, and I ended up ordering it, and I do love it, and it is so comfortable and so perfect for December. So this is where that cognitive dissonance just like takes over, because I'm like, I love it, I shouldn't have bought it, I don't regret it, I do regret it. I don't know what to say. And then I kept seeing those like Spanx leggings, like the faux leather Spanx leggings, and I resisted and resisted, and then I went to work and my friend was wearing them and they looked so cute on her, and I was like, gosh dang it, they are following me in real life. And she was like, they're so comfortable and so worth it. And I was like, okay, fine. And I ordered them, and again, they've been great for December. So I went over, and I'm a little bit mad at myself, but a little bit not. This is why it's so hard for me to budget, because I'm just like, it's okay, Megan, you're fine. None of the other categories were very interesting. I really cut back on my Amazon spending. The only things that I bought were for Jensen actually, or like for other people, gifts and stuff. So I really didn't go to Target like at all this month, I don't think. I allocated some money for myself for beauty stuff in general. So I do love getting my nails done, and then I was so sad because I was like opening the refrigerator and it like got stuck for some reason, and I went like this and my fingernails just like broke like really low. It was awful. It hurt, and mostly I was just mad that they were like not salvageable. So I went with Latanya to our place and I got a new manicure. I don't like this one. I want a new one now too. So I need to figure out a way to take off the gel from my nails and like just do them myself like in between manicures when I've gone over budget. So I do have like some supplies and stuff. I just need the time to sit there and be kind of indisposed while I have all this stuff on my nails while I'm taking it off. But nails for me are like such a fun thing to spend my money on, and like I take so many pictures on Instagram like with my hands holding books and stuff. So for me it's like it's a really fun thing to kind of splurge on, but it's something that could go if it needed to, definitely. I typically get my eyebrows waxed every month, but I didn't do that this month. I was too busy for one thing, but it is something that I probably do need to get done like every so often because they're a bit unruly. But what I did have to spend money on this month was shampoo and conditioner from Ulta. So I'm kind of in like a weird place with my hair right now. I kind of want to do that whole like curly girl method thing, but I like straightening it sometimes. I don't know, I just gotta decide. But I did try the Pattern hair care line from Tracy Ellis Ross. I got like the travel size of the shampoo and conditioner and the leave-in conditioner, which I don't like as much as my R&B leave-in conditioner from Lush, but I do like the shampoo and conditioner. So I also bought, you know, a refill of shampoo and conditioner, and I bought one highlighter that I saw on YouTube. So I've had to watch like less beauty YouTube videos and like makeup tutorials and stuff because that always makes me want to buy a new palette or a new foundation or whatever. So I only bought one thing, so I feel like that's pretty good. And I also actually went through all of my makeup and threw out much more than half of it, probably like 3/4 of my makeup, because I only have one face. I can't possibly wear as much as I had, and a lot of it was just like really old. And I think I went through that phase where I was watching tons of beauty YouTubers and like makeup tutorial videos and stuff like that, and they had so much makeup, and I just wanted to feel like I had that much makeup too. And so for a few years I just like collected lots of different makeup, and I used to do more like beauty content too. I haven't done that as much lately, but I just got rid of a lot of what I had, and I'm trying to not buy anything new until like I'm actually out of it. So no new mascara until I'm out of all my mascara options, like I don't have any left, or no new foundation until I don't have any, or no new bronzer. And a lot of things last you for a long time, like blush, bronzer and stuff. Like I don't need to be buying that very often because it's hard to even go through one. So anyways, I feel like I did a little bit better with that this month, and actually now I'm motivated to do my nails. I just want them a different color. I tried to do like December nails and like this whole thing, and now I don't want it. Now I don't like it. Oh, I did get a pedicure though. I forgot. That's kind of what like put me all the way up to my limit and a little bit over this month, because I am terrible at cutting my own toenails. I just always do it wrong, and I don't quite get the corners right, and then I have like an ingrown toenail. And so every time I do get a pedicure, which is not very often because I'd like rather get a manicure, they're like, what has happened here? It's like the scene from Dumb and Dumber where they like get out the drill saw. So yeah, it's like painful. Like it's like a freaking medical procedure when they have to go through and help me fix whatever I messed up. So then, you know, then they make them pretty at the end. So that's like the upside. So I have a cute pedicure right now that nobody will see because it's the dead of winter. But yeah, I should like switch out manicures for pedicures more often, and especially if I'm not buying like makeup and hair care as often, and skincare. There's just so many things to buy when you're trying to be beautiful. It's very expensive to like, you know, try to manage curly hair and oily skin and all of that. All right, Jensen is not going to let me sit here any longer, but I just thought I would do a little update video for you. In the month of January, I'm gonna get even more serious about this. I was watching the Financial Diet. That YouTube channel is one of my favorite channels. I've been watching it more lately, and Chelsea was interviewing somebody the other day. I can't remember her name, but she talked about her financial practice, and like everyone's financial practice. Like if you kind of think of practicing budgeting and practicing being good with your money and investing and stuff, I guess you could throw in there, but kind of like your yoga practice or your reading practice or whatever. Like it's something that you do continually and you get better and better at it, and it's something that, yeah, you have to put a little bit of time into, like probably every couple of days. It's not really just something that you get under control like once and then never think about again. It's a habit, a practice, a lifestyle. And so I like thinking of it that way. And then there's a little bit less pressure too. Like, I just like, I'm just not in a place where I'm ready to do like a full on like live in your car, only eat top ramen, never buy anything at all, like save all your money. Like, I'm not in a place right now where I can go like that extreme. Kind of like I'm not in a place where I can like only eat beet juice and work out every single day and like count my macros and micros and whatever the heck those things are. Like, I'm not in a place where I can do that. Like, I'm just gonna work out twice a week and like kind of pay attention to what I eat. Maybe someday I'll get like a little bit more into it, but like that's kind of where I am with money. Like, I should be looking at my budget like several times a week and being in the habit of like checking my bank balance every morning. That was another good tip that I heard, you know, like if you kind of wake up and you maybe like check your Instagram, maybe check Facebook or Twitter, like also check your bank balance and just be in the habit of like looking at that every single day. So I'm just trying to kind of like do those little things and like build in more habits into my financial practice and just try to get stronger and stronger in that area. But I'm probably not going to do anything like super extreme at the moment, or I don't know, we'll see. Maybe like those little things will be so motivating to me that I will practice that a little bit and then be ready to like jump into something a little more extreme. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So I put this disclaimer in the last video, but these are not really like financial advice videos. I'm not in any place to be giving anyone advice about how to spend or save or invest their money, but I am just a person who makes like a medium amount of money as a teacher and has a lot of student loan debt and other debt, because in order to become a teacher it is massively expensive. I've got a whole other video about that. And I'm just trying to be a responsible person and take control of this area of my life. And it's something that is so scary for most people to talk about. It's kind of scary for me to talk about. It's definitely the thing that I get the most like judgmental comments about on my YouTube videos, but you know, whatever. Definitely not claiming to be perfect or to have anything figured out here, but I am trying to improve in my practice. And I love to watch these kind of videos from other people. This has kind of become like the thing that I try to watch most, is like people who are talking about their finances on their lifestyle channel. Sometimes if a channel is just like straight money and budgeting and stuff, I'm just like not so into it. But if somebody has a fun lifestyle channel that I already like, it's interesting to then also get to peek into their finance stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to add a little bit of that into my channel. So that's what we're doing here today. I need to go finish drying my hair. It's like still wet here and I need some more coffee. But all right, anyways, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye.